A spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome everyone to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see a top 5 team in this conference, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense will go on the attack first. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Leaves it with the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Volunteers come to the line in the hurry-up. Their performance in SEC play last year was forgettable. They'd love to make it memorable this time around.
I love when Reese uses that phrases like forgettable, which means it was awful, not very good, okay? So they're looking for a bounce back. They've been selling this program all offseason. They've been trying to bring in new additions. They've been trying to create some juice, Palmer. Now they got to go out and do it.
I think they realized, too, a year ago they weren't as talented as some of their opponents, but they also gave some games away. And they've got to be better in critical down and distances in big moments when they get into these SEC conference games this season.
Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. He's got an open man. And he'll haul it over and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
So the Georgia Bulldogs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day, and I think, Jesse, you take that, and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Now, last year, there were long stretches in which the Georgia offense hardly looked like a well-oiled machine. Now the quarterback's transferred, new full-time starter in there. I think it's fair to say, David, that the Dogs need more from the quarterback position this season.
They do need more, but I tell you what, they didn't help them the whole spot around, right? The offensive line, running backs, receivers, it was kind of below average for every position, but the quarterback is the tone setter, the captain, and having a guy like Gunner at the helm, man, this is a dude they all trust, they all respect, and I expect this offense to bounce back in a big way.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. There he goes! And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Takes the handoff. It's Frazier.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line? You're doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here's a heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He wants to go deep, and it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a third down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
Brought over the middle. It's Staley. They make the stop if this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Aguilar. Bought a little time, lets it go. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time late in the season.
Bringing the heat. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Volunteers will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Well, we know this running back's a playmaker. He's a guy they want to get going early and often in this game.
Also, you can wear out those big defensive linemen by making them chase.
Yeah, I like the idea of going outside. You want to mix and match it. Between the tackles, to the outside, get these big fellas running east-west.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on 3rd down. To the air, it's Stockton. Right on the money. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
And just a great job by the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Got a man. It's Branch. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Branch. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket the slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Stockton. He's got it and still on his feet. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. With the run on 1st and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. The extra point here would tie the game.
Well, the quarterback had the matchup he wanted. His big tight end with that wingspan working against that defender in the end zone. Man, that QB will take that matchup all day.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here is the Tennessee offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. RPO complete to open the drive. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. And the Vols in the hurry up. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road?
There he goes! And he scoops his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. And it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. The Vols will line it up on 1st and 10. caught in the backfield. It's Staley. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So now it's 2nd and long. Unloads quickly. Turning on the Jets. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Took a shot as he threw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. The Volunteers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. Works the middle of the field. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. He'll pull it on the read. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. And this one is perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll try the run. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Back to throw, it's Stockton. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really...
Trying to get behind the defense. Makes the catch on the left. He's loose. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And the Volunteers want to move quickly.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Another incompletion on third down. And the Vols will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second quarter, Jesse.
Yeah, and they're playing good complementary football up to this point, but this is a huge opportunity, David, for them to really create some momentum.
Well, and the defense did such a good job keeping them in the game early. Now, holding down their end. Now get the offense rolling, put up some points on the scoreboard, and then you can really get dangerous in this ball game.
Wants to throw. It's Stockton. Buying some time. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. That was a really well-run route on the curl to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and it's a nice job, too, by the receiver, getting his depth and then finding space in between the defenders, giving his quarterback a nice target.
Fires to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And the Bulldogs come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Fires to the big fella. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Give to the running back. Picks up the first down, still moving. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Third down, red zone play, crowd alive. Looking for a man, it's Stockton.
How big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And the defense finally steps up, man. They've had a tough day down here near the goal line defending the pass. Like, he's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. Nice job on this play. Nice response, trying to get themselves back in the football game.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. And they will score. Touchdown, Georgia.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like, the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much.
It's a seam wide open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. He might want another play. They'll go to the toss. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like, coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, he got nothing. He got no gain. Great job by the defense understanding the situation, understanding, they're not trying to block me. They're trying to make me run upfield. No, sir. Good job being smart, gap sound, not letting the screen beat him. Nowhere to go.
Wide open downfield. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
Get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this game.
It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when 3-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys.
Fires one high and deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. Rushes on him. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
One thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down. It was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. 3rd and long, they dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Trying play action. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel you.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Vols will send out the punt unit. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Tight end now in motion. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves him in second and manageable.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Back to pass. Under fire. Going for the big play. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
That's caught. It's Branch. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Secures it at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. So here is the Tennessee offense. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Gonna run it. It's Thomas. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. The Volunteers racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Looking downfield, it's Aguilar. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Trying to turn the corner on the jet sweep. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And Talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Takes the handoff. It's Robinson. And the ball is free on the pitch. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down. He came up a little short. Second down after the offense recovered its own fumble. To the air, it's Stockton. With the catch, it's Thomas. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
The Bulldogs are moving quickly down the field. Out of the gun to give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium. Right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. This crowd bringing serious noise on this huge fourth down play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. And the Volunteers are in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we...
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
To the ground with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And the Vols need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You got to wonder about the play call there. Third and long, hoping to catch the defense off guard, napping, but they weren't fooled. They made a play, got the tackle for a loss. Now you've got fourth in California.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle.
He's got it down the left. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Dogs! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. The Vols have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Dropping back, it's Aguilar. Looking for a huge play. He's got it on the outside. And he's brought down after a huge completion. The Volunteers will hustle to the line.
The only way they were getting back in this game is if they did that. Great job. Huge explosive play by this offense. We need multiple scores. Got to keep the hammer down, but great job making the explosive.
Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. Gives it on the option. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Quick strike complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Vols line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Touchdown Vols! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. Make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. productive first down play at 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Stockton. He's got it. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Dogs have this offense rolling. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the back. He's loose. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
Now